Welcome to A Taste of AZ podcast, where we interview everyone from James Beard award-winning chefs to local mixologists, winemakers, breweries, and so much more. We've got an awesome episode lined up for you today. But before we get into that, head to atasteofaz.com so you can subscribe to our quarterly magazine and email newsletter to find all of the best places to eat and drink around town. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Now let's get into the episode.
Well, James, dude, thanks for doing this podcast, man.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, absolutely. You're the dude right now. Everybody's talking about you, man.
What are they saying?
All kinds of shit, dude.
Okay. Like that.
You what?
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, like I said, thanks for doing this, man. Like, it's like, I feel like we can't go turn left, turn right without hearing about Bad Jimmy's, and it's well deserved, man.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad everyone likes it, and, thinks it's cool and thinks it's fun, and yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool to know.
I like how you said that too. It's cool, it's fun. Like it's not something you would normally. That's not normally how you would describe food. But as we were talking before we started recording, it's more than food, right? Yeah,
you want to go to a place that you want to have be in an environment that feels good, and I think, and we just try to create that atmosphere, and food just brings people together, and it's as simple as that for me. Yeah,
dude, when it's a smash burger that kicks ass, so it's
burgers are cool,
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
People are digging burgers. I mean, I've always, everybody's always dig burgers, but honestly, man, I didn't even really know smash burgers existed, or I didn't even know to differentiate the types of burgers until a few years ago. My buddy's like, "Do you like smash burgers?" Or I'm like, "I think
became
so."
A big thing. Yeah, it became a big trend. I lived, I lived in, when I first really enjoyed it, I lived in Los Angeles.
Okay.
For a couple years, and I was working there. I was working with Bianco there, and on my day off, I would go to burger spots there that I thought were cool, And when I moved back here, it was during the pandemic. I just wanted to do something that was like that. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is this is simple. I like this, and I like burgers, and it'd be cool to have a cool burger thing. Yeah. That was it for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you are, man.
Yeah. Now here we are. Now we're talking to each
other. Cool burger places. 3, right? Coming up soon. 2,
and then 1. Yeah. One at the end of the summer.
Yeah. Nice. Are we able to talk about that one just yet?
Yeah, for sure.
So you got downtown location, which is actually really cool. It's kind of surreal to be in here because this was the old Breadfruit.
Yeah. It was the Breadfruit Rum Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a podcast there. Dude, this was years ago. I don't know if you ever remember the show Booze Traveler. Do you ever see Booze Traveler?
No.
I think it was on Travel Network, or Travel Channel. Jack Maxwell hosted. It was, kind of one of those Bourdain style shows. But dude, end up I don't know if you're a believer of manifestation, law of attraction, but I was a huge fan of the show. And I remember telling my wife one day, I'm like, dude, Jack Maxwell's gonna be sitting at our kitchen table one of these days. 3 years later, there he was hanging out. But he hosted the show Booze Traveler, and then after that was done, he started his own podcast and stuff. And he knew the Breadfruit people.
Nice.
Yeah. So we did a podcast here. I helped Jack record one of his first podcasts here. Looked way different, man.
Yeah.
Way different.
Yeah. No, yeah. You can manifest things, Yeah. That's kind of how I got here,
Yeah.
And when you speak things, sometimes it's cool to know you can speak things and then the universe does its thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's powerful stuff.
It is. It's kind of surreal.
It is.
Yeah. I got a 13-year-old daughter we're trying to convince of it, right? She's like, nah, dog.
I never say anything more than 3 times without not making it happen,
Okay. Yeah.
You just got to put it out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever
man.
It is. I say I'm going to do this thing, we're going to do it.
Yeah. I dig it, man. So are you originally from Arizona?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was, I moved here. I was born in New Mexico.
Okay.
But I moved here when my family moved me here when I was a year, not even a year old.
Gotcha.
So I grew up here my whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm from here.
What part of Phoenix?
Central Phoenix. I grew up across the street from Phoenix College.
Oh, okay.
15th Ave and Thomas.
Dude, so this is literally his home for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen it, didn't used to look like this at all. Like growing up, my stepdad was from the East Coast, and he would always mention, like, we don't have a real downtown. Like real downtowns, there's people walking the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
And at night then there was nothing.
Yeah.
So being here now at this point of my life and, doing this and, it's just blowing up and, everyone living here now, it's cool. I feel very fortunate to come up with, during this time.
Yeah. And it is, man. It's like, I went to Cornish Pasty the other day, and just kind of from where I parked to where I walked, I just got to walk by a bunch of different spots. There's a place called The Thread. I don't know if you've ever seen that thrift store.
Oh yeah.
They're doing like putting in a coffee place or putting in like coffee and pastries, and just stopped in and Matt was working there, and just was cool, man. Like it felt like a city. Like it felt like I grew up close to Pittsburgh, and there were parts of Pittsburgh where you just, the Strip District, and you just walk.
Yeah.
And there's just a vibe to it,
cool vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got that going on now.
For sure.
Yeah. That's sweet.
So what was James the Kid like? Were you always destined to open up a smash burger place?
No. Yeah, I don't know. As a kid, I grew up, I had some, what do they call them? Behavioral issues.
Okay.
Like in school, I would be in trouble, or like I did good in school, but I would always be like suspended. Like I would be like on the honor rolls list and then like suspended at the same time. Yeah. That happened.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even, I was really into music. Then we incorporate that stuff.
Yeah.
I played guitar my whole life. Other than cooking, like playing music or being in a band or playing guitar was like something that I've just done, and then I pursued cooking more just because I just got it. It's just something I wanted to do, and I didn't obviously you fail a bunch,
sure,
but it's not like you get fired or it's just something that I've done as long as music or something like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, as a kid growing up, I got in a lot of trouble, and definitely spent some time in some places like juvenile for a while. And, I got kicked out of schools, and, didn't even graduate high school because of that.
Okay.
So
yeah. Just, dude, I mean, that's kid shit though, right?
Yeah.
Like that's, I mean,
I just, but it's, it's all, being a kid. And so now I just I come with the approach of just makes you understand where people are coming from.
Yeah.
Cause we get people in like young kids that we hire here even, and they got, shit going on in their life. And I'm just like, oh, well, maybe they just need some direction.
Yeah.
Yep. Like that, cause that's what happened to me. Like when working in a kitchen or in a restaurant, like it gave me direction in my life.
Sure.
I think that's why I pursued it so much.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot. I mean, obviously, I think anybody in the food scene is a big Anthony Bourdain fan, right? And
he's
are
the
you?
GOAT.
Yeah.
He's the GOAT. Yeah, of course.
I'm still waiting for the one person to like F that guy, but I'm like, now I'm not going to find him, but
yeah, well, whatever. I don't want to meet that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he talks about that of like, it's the misfits. It's the, but there's a sense of, there's discipline, there's order, there's structure, there's these things in the kitchen where, to be honest with you, man, I feel like if I would have, I kind of started on this path when I was like 38. So from, my whole life up to 38, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, but I feel like if I would have found food earlier, that could have been, I could have used that. I could have used more discipline, more, structure, and that camaraderie, like all of that stuff that goes with it, man. It's pretty badass job,
Yeah, dude, I feel it's amazing. Yeah, I love it. I loved I loved everything about it. Even when I felt my worst doing it, I still loved it.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. Did you do, so when you like growing up, did you cook a lot, like at home, or just?
Dude, some of my family, they're Italian, and my grandma, just other than my family's cooking, like whether it's, Big Ziti or, something like, Italian American stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really.
Okay.
Or like, my mom's Hispanic. So like, I think I remember like they would make pozole or like sopapillas, you know, from New Mexico, like the fry bread. I like that stuff.
Okay.
And other than that, not really.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, doing like food or working at, you know, or cooking or working in a restaurant was never something I thought I would do.
Was music? Was it like
yeah, it was always like
star?
yeah, I just did that because I could, and like you know playing in bands with my friends and touring the world, and that was always as fun. And then I got the opportunity to do both when I worked with Bianco at Bianco.
Okay. So in LA
here.
Okay.
Yeah. I started I started working in restaurants. It was like 2012.
Okay.
When I started with Bianco, and I got hired front of the house as an expo.
Okay.
Never worked in a restaurant before.
Yeah.
Didn't do great at it, but there was the kitchen manager. I recognized some tattoos he had, and it was like a PMA tattoo. It was like a Bad Brains thing. And for some reason, I just asked him if he needed help. It's like, hey, you need any help in the kitchen? He's like, yeah, show up to Pane at 7 a.m. And then I did. And then ever since, I just, I got fired from the front of the house. They were like, well, somehow, it was a different manager or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I just did worked in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Wrapping sandwiches, washing dishes. And then I just, I got more serious with doing music and, toured a lot. Like I remember one year it was like 8 months, but I told the kitchen manager, his name's Robbie Tutluski. He's a big mentor of mine. I told him, hey, I got to do this thing. He's like, you can come back. You'll always have a job. Yeah. So I come back and wash dishes. And then it was kind of like that for a couple of years. And then I gradually just like expressed interest in cooking. And, I was like, there's a lot of great chefs that worked for him at the time for Bianco, including Bianco.
Yeah.
And I just realized that I wanted to take it serious because I don't think this opportunity comes by a lot, to have a mentorship and to learn and to be there for that time. So I, started cooking more, reading the books, getting into it.
Yeah.
And
like digging deep into it. Yeah.
And then just made it my life,
Yeah. Dang, you were touring the world though, man. That's my dream. Like I can play like the beginning of like 15 songs. That's it, right? But dude, I picture I'm like, dude, to be on stage and tour the world, that's badass, man.
It was the best thing ever. I was like, just doing whatever, just doing our thing and fucking just having fun. And at that time in my, 20s.
Yeah.
And then perspective of the world and seeing, and then since I had some understanding of restaurants and food, it was cool to see what was going on.
Yeah.
Or, what just being in different, cities and, or even overseas, like, when I was in Japan, I'm like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
I would love to go back when I have a little bit more money than I had then.
Yeah.
Because, you can get to do more stuff.
For sure. Get to experience it the way you want to experience it.
Yeah. Then I didn't really get to, like, if I'm in Europe and you don't have any money and you're fucking always on the go, you can't really experience it.
Sure.
But I always want to go back and do that.
As the van's driving by, like, oh, that place looks cool.
Yeah.
You're eating your McDonald's burger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you put that on the list, man. It's like, all right, like that's where I want to. But that's cool that you kept that feeling, like that attachment. Like there was something drawing you to that. Yeah.
No, for sure. It was, I think it just made sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was something that, obviously talking about it now, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but
but that's great though, man. I mean, you're saying a ton by not where it's just like you're like I said, there's no better way to describe it than you're just drawn to it. Like it,
I just fell into it. Yeah. And it taught me a lot about culture and food and why people celebrate the things they celebrate with food.
Yeah.
Whether it's like Mexican food or Italian or French or something, and like, learning all these different things and traditions. And I really loved it.
So you ended up going to LA to help when did Bianca open LA?
It was like 2017, 18.
Okay. Yeah.
He did a thing with Tartine there. And I went there to do that, to work at the projects there with him. And then I think the goal was to just run, he was going to open Pizzeria Bianca Los Angeles, and then I would be there.
Yeah.
I moved back. We didn't do that. The pandemic kind of shook stuff up.
Sure.
But living in LA, it taught me a lot. I worked at some really cool spots just by, you know, it's not like who I knew at the time.
Yeah.
You know, and then I actually started like doing like private chef stuff, which I never did before.
Yeah.
But, you know, I ended up working for people that were like, you know, billionaires or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, we need an artisanal pizza guy. And they're like, oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
And I started doing that. And then, you know, it actually helped me do Bad Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Like because I would be able to be in Phoenix and then go and do that thing and then come back.
So sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Living in Los Angeles taught me how to like give me a different perspective on like a type of hustle too.
Sure.
Or even just working and restaurant culture.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was really cool.
And kind of, it sounded like it opened your eyes to like, there's more than just this linear path. Like,
yeah. Endless possibilities.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You just got to work hard.
For sure.
You know, and just grind. Like people are like, oh, how'd you do this thing here? And I'm like, well, you can't cheat the work. That's
100%.
That's the one thing. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I think I've always been drawn to the food and beverage scene. So for me, it started with craft beer. Actually, my grandma had a restaurant growing up.
That's awesome.
I didn't really. It's our small town in Ohio. Like I didn't.
Nice.
I mean, it was cool, man. And she.
What part of Ohio?
Like northeastern Ohio, around Youngstown.
Okay.
Familiar with Youngstown. If you remember when the train blew up last year, that chemical train.
Oh yeah,
that's my hometown. Yeah. I'm like, shit, man. I always thought I was going to become a famous podcaster and put East Palestine on the map, but it was a chemical train, you know. But yeah, so my grandma was that, you know, and she was Italian, French, and so food was just a big part of our life. And she had the restaurant until I was probably 15. But I just loved. Obviously, I was the grandkid, so I got to come in. They gave me whatever I wanted to eat, you know, and I'd fuck around. And but I just always liked that side of it. But when I got back into it, and then from the time I was 15 to 38, I wasn't anything involved. I had a couple random, bartending gigs and shit like that. But when I started doing craft beer podcasts, it was cool because, to hear people's story, and it's what I love about it. And it helped me kind of really define why I liked it is it's very creative. It's a very creative space, right? But you got to work your ass off, right? It's not like, oh, I got this cool idea. I'm going to do this. It's like, all right, time to get to work now. Like, cause if ideas are worthless if you're not willing to put in that effort.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's how, like, I think growing up in kitchens, for me then it was, I had a few mentors where, you can't do anything else unless you can do the work first.
Yeah.
And that's actually how they teach you. They'll like, if they know you work hard and you're on time and get everything done that you need to do, they'll show you things.
Sure.
It's like, oh, I was gonna, it's happened to me a bunch. It's like, oh, I was gonna show you this really cool thing, but you're fucking late today, and now you get to do this other stuff.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it helps. I mean, it's like a self-cleansing type of thing, right?
You gotta earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta earn it.
For sure.
And that was before now where it's like, it's cool for everyone else, but like, cause it's like, you can just go on TikTok or, with the social media now, like people just create recipes all day. That's like their job,
Yeah.
Like 12 years ago, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm an old person saying that, but like,
it
wasn't
for sure.
It was like a lot of things were gate kept.
Yeah.
Not all recipes were available. It was like, cool books and like some you could find, but like, you figured it out or you learned it from someone. And that's the cool thing about, I thought, like tradition. This was someone's family did this way, and like, or even if it's not, it's like, or it's like classically trained. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be this way. It's just like a knowledge. It was like, I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it. Like with bands, like whatever type of band it is, it's like, oh, this sound comes from here. There's like a hierarchy of like bands or something. And it's kind of like, for me, it's like this, I think about it the same way.
Yeah. I dig it, man. I can see the wheels turning.
Yeah.
Man. I dig it. So how do you then make the transition to, so you're in LA, you're doing some of the private shit. So were you helping somebody or you had your own gig?
I did my own thing.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. It was like a private thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I started doing that with this, I really started doing this dude, Shane Smith. He's like, he started Vice Media.
Dude, no shit.
Yeah. He was the CEO of Vice.
Yeah.
And I would just go to his house and, whether it was like for his family or his like kid's birthday thing, you know, or like a Christmas dinner or something, you know. I started doing that. And
dude, that's badass. Shane Smith. I was like, oh yeah, that's a common name. And then you're like, Vice. I'm like, that Shane Smith? That's awesome, man.
Yeah, that guy's cool as fuck, too.
Yeah.
So it was really, I was doing that. Even when I moved back here, I kept doing that for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I lived in LA, moved back here, and then it was during the pandemic, and I was still working at Bianco. And I just decided that I started doing the burger thing when it was at Bianco.
Okay.
He just moved. He had that restaurant Trato.
Oh yeah,
he had in the town and country space.
Yeah.
He moved it, and I had this idea. I was like, yo, because he wanted to do like Italian tapas, chiacchetti.
Okay.
Like small Italian plates. I was like, oh, I can do that, and then we can do a burger and fry thing at night. Yeah. And I would make everything from scratch, you know. And then it started there.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know that. That's cool.
It was hard to do during the pandemic because, you know, people don't really want to promote bars or, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So it was like a weird time.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I can't really I don't know. I just did Bad Jimmy's after that.
Yeah.
You know, so
where did so is that, was that like the seed there? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I was there, and then I was like, well, I want to do a burger thing. And then which I've never even done before.
Okay. Yeah.
And then, you know how we got, the government would give you the, what were those stimulus checks?
Oh yeah.
The stimulus checks.
Yeah.
Like the personal ones.
For sure.
I took one of those and I spent half of it on like a griddle, like a little small griddle I got off of like OfferUp or Craigslist or something.
Yeah.
Some guy would make them. He lived in California, but he would make them there and here.
Okay.
And there was like not a lot of people like would fabricate them here.
Yeah.
Like where it was like you could afford it, you know.
Okay.
And I was like $500 or something. And I was like, oh yeah. And I just got it.
Yeah.
And that was it. I put it in the back. I had like a El Camino put in the back, and then just started doing pop-ups.
El Camino.
Yeah.
That's badass, dude. You still have the El Camino?
I do,
Yeah.
but it's just a money pit.
Yeah.
And you just got no time to fix it.
Dude, dude, it fits. Like it fits. Like I'm not surprised you have an El Camino. That's
I
a
just
badass
wanted a sick car. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. People ask me what, you know, what's your dream car? I'm like a 76 like Chevy pickup truck. Like, dude, no, like Rolls Royce. I'm like, no, I want a 76 pickup, man.
It's from American muscle, you know?
Yeah. For sure, dude. So Bad Jimmy's, like where's the name come from?
Dude, the name came from my friend who's from Tucson. And it was this Bad Jimmy's was a nickname. Bad Jimmy was like, people was like, it's not like, oh, it's always bad. It's like, because I fuck things up sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, that's Bad Jimmy for you. You know, so it's kind
like
of
an
like
alter ego type of thing. Yeah.
It's just a nickname. And then when I did this thing, I thought it would be cool to name it that.
I think it's a great name, man. And even like, dude, even the soda machine has like your branding with the Coke thing.
Yeah, we thought that would look nice.
Yeah, it looks badass, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So was this before like Blackstones existed, right? Because now you can get at $300, you can get a giant Blackstone, right?
They still it was during. They still had all that.
Okay.
I didn't get a Blackstone because I felt like for the smash burger thing, I wanted just the stainless steel one.
Okay.
Because I would just, from what I've cooked on and like gathered, I could achieve like the way I wanted it.
Yeah.
More on the stainless versus the like a cast iron type of thing.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's cooler too that it's handmade. Like, you know.
Yeah. Well,
you can go to Costco and get a Blackstone. You can't get a handmade. That's badass.
Quality matters
for sure.
You know. But yeah, that's how it started, and then started doing the pop-ups, and you know, just worked in the industry here. So I know people that own restaurants here, and you know, I did it like the first one I did. It was great. A lot of people showed up, and I was like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
this is crazy." And then all my you know, my friends that I love, they were all very supportive, and they were like the crew.
Yeah,
like when we did the first one, they all wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah,
like whether it was like taking orders or they were like, "Yeah, we want to do this with you. Like, what can we do?"
Yeah,
and that was like you couldn't ask for anything else. You
Yeah,
know, because you have a team, you can do anything
for sure.
And people showed up, and it brought a lot of people together. And for me, it was like, oh, there's this person from this thing, and then another person from over here. They're totally different, but they met here, And I saw that happening. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And that like, that's why I wanted to keep doing it too. Cause I thought it was cool and people really liked it. And, as I'm trying to figure this out. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. And then, I got the food truck after that. From one of my business partners now, a good friend. His name's Adi. He owns like Cobra and
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
some other spots.
Yeah.
He had the food truck and he's like, no one's fucking using it. Like, you want to use it? I was like, yeah. And we figured out our thing. And yeah, I'll just tell it like it is. He has he has a spot and I just made it into like a makeshift. I just built a kitchen in there.
Okay.
He had this like warehouse and there was like a gray water dump in the yard where I could just drain the water. And there was like a bathroom that had a mop sink and then a dump sink. So I was like, well, all I really need to do is just buy some low boys and some prep tables and a freezer.
Yeah.
And some Metro shelves. And then it's a kitchen. That's what I did.
So that's all you need.
Just made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I liked about what you said was the people aspect of it, right? I mean, that's a testament to your relationships, right? Like because you could be like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. And everyone's like, good luck, dude. Like where you're a good person, you're doing things the right way. You've got people to support you.
Yeah, that's without that, you're not, I think being kind to people is like the first thing you should do.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And yeah, I'm just really grateful. I have a lot of really good friends that cared about me and saw whatever type of potential, whatever it was,
Yeah.
And they wanted to be a part of it.
Not just to get free burgers either, but to help you out.
Yeah. We all wanted to do it because it was cool. It was like, doing something fun and doing something and just doing something,
sure.
Not just not doing shit at all and just sitting around and just judging everything. It was like just actually putting the work in and doing something.
Creating, man.
Yeah.
Creating.
Just doing,
Yep. I did got a conversation with my daughter last night is like, there's creators and there's consumers and we're all a little bit of both, but create things. Like if it's in you, get it out of you,
For sure.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the brand that we do, whether we work with different artists, like whether it's, art, like whatever it is, music, painting, we, whatever platform I have, love to collaborate with someone if we have the same kind of mind frame or, at that time when I started this, there was this, Phoenix has so much raw talent and it's like, it's a person away from you.
Sure.
All you got to do is ask.
Yeah.
And around that time, it was just like, oh, we're all here in this community and let's just do cool shit, Yeah.
I'm
like, oh, I need a flyer I'm doing this pop-up. It's like, oh, you're a sick artist. Like, let's do this thing together.
Yeah. Love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll jump back in.
A real quick reminder, head over to atasteofaz.com and subscribe to our email newsletter. Also, subscribe to A Taste of AZ magazine and get it shipped right to your door. Now let's get back into today's episode.
All right, dude. So we got to hear about the burger itself. It's simple, but it's beautiful and it's exceptional, man. It is incredible. So how do you, without giving too much of the secrets out?
There's really no secret. It's like, there's some technique and there's temperature and there's, it's like, there's no secret though.
Okay.
It's just, you want to know how I did it? I just did it a bunch.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
You make 100,000 burgers in a year and then you're just like, oh, okay.
That's the secret. All right. You got to make 3,000
consistent
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that Japanese proverb where it's like
the 10,000 kicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that,
yeah.
With whatever you're doing,
Yep.
Cause when I first started, they weren't that.
Okay. Yeah.
They weren't that. Sorry.
First time through, it's like, shit, nailed it, guys. We're good. Let's roll.
Yeah. Now we know more what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, for me, it's the beef, starting with the beef, the right fat to lean ratio for like a smash burger. I think it's always like, you got to have at least 80%. It's like 80-20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not looking for 93.7. Like
if it's too lean, you can't do it.
Okay.
For this application or
sure.
the smash style burger. But from there, it's like but it's just, it's also kind of like a baseball swing. It's like everyone has a different style, but you kind of get there the same. The end result's the same,
If you make contact, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, this is the burger for me was, it's a textural contrast thing. It's like really soft bun, lacy edge, and then we leave the center like thicker, more bulbous.
Okay.
So when you when it's double patty with cheese in between it, it's really juicy and then soft again on the bottom with the bun,
Yeah.
That's it for me,
Yeah.
It's similar to like the Oklahoma style
Okay.
or the double burger that we do.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of similar to that vibe.
Okay.
Really,
That's got onions.
Yeah. It's really onion sliced really thin.
Yep.
We use sweet onions.
Okay.
Griddled. Yeah, we smash it, then we put the onions on. It kind of steams with the meat. Then we flip it and it gets griddled.
Okay.
On there
Yeah.
For the double one that we do, the double burger. But yeah, I don't know if that answers your.
Answered enough, man. Yeah, I'm visualizing. I'm salivating a little bit. What kind of cheese do you use?
We mostly use American cheese.
Okay.
And that's just because for me, you can't go wrong. It's like, it's just it's American cheese, dude.
For sure.
It's better.
Yeah.
Even if you think it's not better or better for you.
Yeah.
Have moderation or something.
Yeah.
It's like it's just going to be better on a burger.
Agreed. 100%.
Like when I first made the very first burger I was making at, with Bianco, we used a sheep's milk cheddar from Rovey Farms.
Okay.
And they made, they were mostly a beef purveyor, but they made like a couple different styles of cheese and they were all great. And, like sourcing like from a farm around you was like, definitely the ethos of, sourcing from someone,
Sure.
And a sheep's cheddar is just fucking cool.
Yeah.
And it was really good, but it's like also it's more expensive. And,
yeah. I can imagine.
At some point it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like the classic burger like that we do, it's just American cheese was the move,
Have you ever
Sorry,
used
flies.
Oh no, it's good, man. It's one single one, man. He just wants to be part of this.
I want to get it. I'm gonna catch it on and I'll
chopsticks?
release it. I'm not gonna kill it. I'll release it outside.
Have you had New School American?
Okay, so I haven't.
Okay,
but I know what's his name?
Eric Greenberg or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so he makes American style cheese, but it's made with it's like a cheddar, but it's with real milk or it's like a real cheese.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try it and I wanted to see if we can even carry it, but I think there's only one place in Arizona that sells it. I think it's like Chef's Warehouse or something.
Well, Shea Cheese up on like 32nd and Shea. They have it.
Oh, okay.
That's how I found it. And first of all, it's a great name, Shea Cheese. But
no, it is.
But that's how I found Shea Cheese was. So long story short, Adam Allison's a good friend of mine, and he was at our festival, and he was going to use. I think he did use that. And he's like, hey, have you ever heard of this cheese? I'm like, no, what's that? So I looked it up and it's like, the only place that I found in Arizona was Shea Cheese. So I just went there last week for the first time. It's been on my list. I got it, man. It's incredible. It's so good.
Dude, I want to get it. Yeah, I think I've talked to Eric like in an email or like through Instagram or something. And I would love to, we've talked about it, I think twice now, and we haven't gotten anywhere, but I would love to try it and even see if it would make, try to bring it to the restaurant. I would love to try to use it.
Check out Shea Cheese, man. It's a cool little spot too.
Cool. Shout out Shea Cheese.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. And what a great name too, man. Shea Cheese. But I'm with you, man. Like for years I didn't have, like I grew up on Kraft singles, right? And shit, dude, we had government cheese. Like my dad we'd go to the fire station and get the big block. That shit was good, man. Like I love that
It's
stuff.
like a nostalgic thing too.
It is, yeah, for sure.
It's like, it's just it is what it is.
Yeah, dude. It melts perfectly. Like
it melts better than anything.
It really does. Like, even Velveeta. Velveeta claims that it may melt better than cheddar, but it doesn't melt better than American cheese. So
they're both gas.
Yeah. So all right. So you have the burger, which got to give a shout out. It's up on the if you're here in the downtown location, up behind the bar, you've got the Foodist Award.
Oh, the Foodist
best burger. Dude, so you and I were texting a little bit before. We never met in person, and then I saw you, and I'm like, got to introduce myself to this dude. And,
No,
and I
thank
was, oh, absolutely, man. I was so stoked for you. And you've got the vibe. When you were walking up on that stage, man, and when you were talking, like, this dude's a fucking rock star, man. Like for sure, man. I mean, I knew that there had to be some music attachment to you. Like you've got it, man. You've got the it factor, and it's cool, man. But it's cool to talk to you too, because you're very humble. You're very. I full disclaimer. I tried to get the Foodist Award on here, but I
Caroline, grab it.
Yeah. There he is. That's a beautiful, and shout out to Arizona Restaurant Association.
Shout out Arizona Restaurant Association, Foodist Awards. Well deserved. Thank you.
There were some great burgers in that mix, and I even talked to. I don't think Dom would care that I gave him a shout out, but I saw Dom there, and he's like,
Dom.
Dude, Dom,
dude. When we started, one of the first pop-ups we did was at that. Like Vanilla Gorilla or something.
Oh yeah. The tap room they had. Yeah,
we did it there. We outside.
Yeah,
and he was just like, "Yeah, come fucking do it in front of the restaurant."
Dude,
like, okay.
Yeah, you know? Dom's a badass, man.
Yeah, dude's cool as hell.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I saw him at Foodist, and I was like, "Hey, man, good luck." And he's like, "Shit, man." He's like, "I'm up against Bad Jimmy's." So he knew. But I mean, hey, there's room for everybody, right?
Like we said, it's like for me, it wasn't even. It's not a competition. Like, you know, he does what he does, and that's amazing.
For sure.
It's hard enough to do it alone.
Yeah.
Or just have a business and a restaurant alone.
Yep.
You know, so for me, it was never like, oh, I'm going to fucking do this thing that's better. Like, we're the best, or like, you know.
Yeah.
Which is cool to think, but like, we don't, you know, it's just like, I respect anyone doing their thing.
For sure.
You know?
Yep.
Unless they don't respect me. But
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, like being there was cool. Like everyone was really nice, and they had an open bar, and that was sick. And that helped. Like you saying, like me going up there and feeling like being a rock star. I had a couple of gin and tonics before I went up there.
That'll do it, man.
I was already like, just even talking and like about myself or in front of people, or just accepting like an award.
Yeah,
and a bunch of people. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
and I was just like, it's just cool to be here with everyone and your peers, and y'all are in the same industry, and just have the same mutual respect for everyone. So
for sure,
I think I just went up there and I was like, hey, just give yourself a hand, and just, you know, thanks for being here and thanks for giving this to me.
Yeah. And that's why I like the Foodist Awards. Like it's like I've been to like other awards type of things, but it's just like everybody was there. Everybody was having a great time. I didn't realize it was an open bar, but
I knew.
I know. I was like, hey, how many? Because I stopped drinking about a year and a half ago. I saw this thing with Ron White the other day, and he's like, I think everybody in their life has a certain amount of alcohol they can drink. Unfortunately, I drank all of mine within 65 years. So I'm like, I went pro early and I retired early. But so I was like, yeah. I'm like, how many drinks come with like, you know, with each people? And they're like, it's open bar. I'm like, are you serious, dude?
Bar, dude?
Industry. This is an industry event with an open bar. Shit.
Dude, that's full transparency. That night we got, I drank, and then we came back here and celebrated.
Yeah.
And then my buddy owns a tattoo shop down the street, and I texted him. I called him at like 3 something in the morning, and I was like, hey man, do you want to tattoo all of us right now? And he did. And he did.
What'd you get? What is
it's on my leg.
Okay, yeah.
You know, something silly.
Is it a pineapple?
No, but that would have been cool too. Damn.
Yeah. And just keep a tally of
Maybe
all that.
Should have been.
Yeah. Next year, man. Yeah. Next year. But no, man, I dig it, man. You're a very humble dude. You're just doing badass shit, man. And I mean, yeah, much love, man. Like you're doing cool shit.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me. And you know, we just doing this is just want to have a place where we can treat people well and make people feel good and take care of the staff. And I don't know, man, there's so much more to be said. There's always enough words, but never enough time. So, you know, I don't know.
Well, I guess before we wrap up, like I mean, you don't just do burgers, right? I mean, you've got a full cocktail bar here.
Yeah.
You've got, I mean, the fries, the ice cream, the wings, like.
Yeah. So the bar, we do have a full cocktail bar. My friend I grew up with, actually, one of my first partners in crime, who I even started playing music with.
Yeah.
His name's Roman Barreras. Shout out Roman.
Yeah.
He's worked out a lot
I
of
met him when we dropped off magazines. Cool dude. The little glasses. Yeah.
little glasses. One of my favorite reviews we've gotten ever was, the bartender with the weird little glasses was how the review started. But anyways, he's amazing at his craft, and he's great at hospitality. So for me, like hospitality is everything for me. I'm a person of service. He is too. So he did the whole cocktail menu, and now we can be best friends and actually be here.
Yeah.
The wings. My guy Nick Delusier does them.
Okay.
We met him doing music stuff like 10 years ago, and he's originally from Tennessee. And then he moved to LA, and then somehow we reconnected, and I was doing Bad Jimmy's. He's like, I want to move to Arizona and do it with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you can do your barbecue stuff. So now he has a thing called Love Me Tender. And, now we do the wings every Monday, and then it'll be on the menu full time moving forward.
Okay.
So, soft serve, we try to source the best. It's all organic from Strauss Creamery.
Okay.
It's like a farm in California. It's like a dairy farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strictly all organic. You can feel good still.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Both locations have the same menu.
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
All the same. Same hours of operation. Same menu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So this downtown. This is on. What is this? This isn't Fillmore. We're just north of Fillmore, right?
This is Pierce Street.
Pierce. Okay.
Yeah, kind of in the cut.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 108 East Pierce Street.
And then you've got
Scottsdale,
just east of Old Town, right?
Yeah. It's Indian School in Miller.
Okay.
Yeah, just right off the beaten path from Old Town.
And then new location coming end of summer, Uptown.
Yep.
Yeah.
7th Street and Bethany Home.
Oh shit!
Just
dude,
north of Bethany.
That's a great spot. Is that up by where like Joyride and Federal Pizza and
further
all that
north? That's
Okay.
central. It's next to Otro Cafe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Shout out Doug Otro Cafe.
Yeah, at Otro Cafe and Gallo Blanco, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, dude, once again, thanks for having me in. I know it's I would say I joked about this. It's not your day off. You don't really have days off per se.
There's always something to do. There's always something going on.
Yeah. But I appreciate you making the time, man. Really do. And
thank you.
Keep kicking ass, dude. I'm sure Luke, my business partner, told you, but his wife is a smash burger like connoisseur, and you're at the top of that list, man.
Thank you.
So
thanks. I'm glad she likes it.
Yeah, for sure. And we're excited to feature in this the upcoming summer issue too, man. So
dude. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. So all right, man. What in Bad Jimmy's is that the social media? Same website, social media?
Yeah, it's like badjimmies.com, and then we have the Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
There's maybe some other stuff, but
dude, just it's all yeah. All right, James, I appreciate you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.